So before this fight between Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez go down in the bare knuckle fighting championship, I want to give my prediction. I want to put this on record before the fight actually starts. It's probably going to start any moment now. And so if I had to give my prediction about this fight, I think that Mike Perry is probably going to win this. And why? Especially going up against a guy like Eddie Alvarez, who is known to be extremely tough as nails. I think that's one of his biggest assets. And from what I gather in the bare knuckle fighting championship, you have to have that in order to be successful. However, he just so happens to go up against an individual like Mike Perry. And Mike Perry, I think, carries very good power. He's also extremely tough in his own right. And he's been able to show that throughout the course of his bare knuckle fighting championship career, and also in his UFC career. Now, I don't think that I'm sure that he did not have the same success or longevity that Eddie Alvarez had in the MMA circuit, but the bare knuckle fighting championship organization kind of carries a bit of a different marker. And I think that Mike Perry has found his groove in this organization. He's quickly becoming the face in this organization. When he beat Luke Rockhold, he broke his teeth, people, and was able to finish Luke Rockhold. He was able to finish a lot of other guys who are in their respective right pretty decent. I think Luke Rockhold was probably the biggest face that he's fought so far in that organization, and he was able to get the job done. And Mike Perry's fighting style and what he brings to the table is what I think that is going to inevitably be able to take him, to the victory in this fight. I think he's a bit bigger. I think that he hits a bit harder, and he also shares the same toughness that Eddie Alvarez does. And I think that that's going to get the job done. I don't think that Eddie Alvarez is a slouch by any means, but I also think that Mike Perry brings a bit of a cleaner boxing technique, and I think Eddie Alvarez is known for having a decent boxing background. But Mike Perry, he comes from a bigger frame. I think that he brings a bigger frame, and he's, like I said, he's more powerful, and he's going to get the job done. I think he's going to finish Eddie Alvarez, to be honest. And so I don't have really a lot to say about this. I think it's pretty clear and cut and straight to the point. Mike Perry, when he was in the UFC, he brought that dog mentality that I think is necessary as far as being successful in this organization, and so did Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez has that dog mentality, but if we're talking about the better versions of the two, I think Mike Perry brings the better of that, and he's going to be able to hit harder. He's going to be able to do what he needs to do as far as being accurate. I think Mike Perry's accuracy is also underrated. And we're talking about something that is bare knuckle, people. There's zero padding. The little bit of padding that they get, I think, is just to kind of protect their fist. But I mean, I've seen people break their knuckles. I mean, in every sport that requires punching, when it comes from boxing, kickboxing, MMA, down to bare knuckle fighting, they've all broken their hands. But this is bare knuckle fighting championship, and so you're going to see a bit of a more raw version of fighting, and you don't get to see everything, granted, because you don't get to see the grappling portion, the clinch game, really, in bare knuckle. However, you get to see the rawness of what fighting brings, and I think that one of the biggest faces when it comes to being a raw fighter is Mike Perry currently. And there are other, and I'm saying that currently. I definitely think that there are and have been very raw fighters in the sports of fighting. However, right now Mike Perry is making a huge name for himself in bare knuckle, and like I said, I think he's become the face of bare knuckle, and I think that he's going to get the job done here with his size, with his rawness, his ability to take punches and also to dish punches back. It's going to be a tough fight for Eddie. I don't think Eddie has what it takes to knock out Mike Perry. He might be able to do some solid damage to Mike Perry, but I think that Mike Perry has every bit of the amount of power to get the job done, to finish Eddie Alvarez, and I think that that's what's going to happen in a couple moments here. And I don't want to take up too much time. I really am trying to watch this matchup, and so I want to be very quick about this. I think I've got Mike Perry winning within the first two rounds of this bout. Eddie Alvarez is going to go down, I think, with taking damage. So good luck to both gentlemen, and we'll see what happens. Comment down below, guys, what you think is going to happen if you just so happen to catch this video before the fight happens, or before you even know what happens, what the results are going to be in this fight. If not, comment down below what you think about the bout, what you think about how this fight, you know, unfolded. I would love to hear you guys' comment. You've just caught the best and future biggest fight channel on YouTube, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.